We're reacting to all the knockouts from the Social Glove again. We got FaZe Jarvis, we've got Deji and Vinnie Hacker, we've got Austin McBroom and Bryce Hall, and we're going to talk about the controversy with Gibb and Taylor Holder. Let's go. First up, we got FaZe Jarvis over Michael Lee. Let's see our boy get it.
There's a round 2 knockout right here. I feel it. Look at this.
Dude, these guys were throwing leather. Oh! 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 Bro, this was nasty. Just watch this knockout. Oh! Oh! One more. Oh! Like, this is such a... Like, this is FaZe Jarvis. I could not believe that a boy who made a video crying that he got banned on Fortnite has this lethal of hands, man. Like, this just tells you guys, don't fuck with gamers. That's the lesson that I learned from this, man. Like, he did so well, and I have to, like, I'm really glad that people aren't really clowning on Michael Lee too much for this, because he was really brave. He fought his heart out. He was swinging all the way till he got knocked out. They both were taking shots to the head. They were in the phone booth swinging their absolute hearts out, man. They looked like the freaking Tasmanian Devils. Even here, like, Michael's in a bad spot. He never stopped throwing back. Michael Lee kept with his TikTok dancing all the way down, man. And part of me thinks, like, one of the reasons he got knocked out is because he was just continuing to throw when he was in a bad spot. That shows a lot of bravery. It throws a lot of heart. And I'm glad that the internet didn't meme our boy. And most people are just talking about how much of an animal Jarvis looked like McBroom said. Like, he looked phenomenal. Jarvis looked amazing. I was so surprised. What up, KR? And, you know, Gaff's like, oh, it shows low IQ. Hey, man. Hey, man, he went out there to put on a show for the fans. They did. I would be so excited to see who FaZe Jarvis fights next. Comments, chat, I'm curious. Who would you want to see Jarvis fight next? I think he definitely deserves to step up in competition, but you definitely want to be careful with, like, the weight classes and stuff. You don't want to jump him up too high, but I'd be super pumped, man. I'd be super pumped to see who he fights next. Vinnie would be a good fight if Jarvis is big enough. How tall is Jarvis? Let's look up Jarvis's height. FaZe Jarvis height. Yeah, team 5'8". So Jarvis is 5'8", guys, okay? Jarvis is 5'8". Vinnie Hacker height. Yeah, Vinnie Hacker's like 6-footish, okay? I don't know if that's going to be quite a fair fight. I think that Vinnie has a little bit of weight on him, but I think somebody like that would be great, and I think that Jarvis is doing a lot to really start to build himself in this whole YouTuber boxer scene, which is really cool. Jarvis versus Canelo needs to happen. Guys, let's calm down, okay? I'm okay with hyping Jarvis. We all love him. He killed it. Canelo will take a body. Like, Canelo, no. Nobody touches our Ginger Prince. This is a great highlight, okay? This is a great highlight. Canelo would have punched anybody who was fighting on this card would have had their ribs punched out of their whole ass body, guys. Like, this is sick. Jarvis is a warrior. Canelo would have knocked him out like 17 times by now. Oh! Like, let's just take it easy. Man, Canelo has no neck. That shot, he would eat that shot like it was Fruit Loops, man. But that was FaZe Jarvis, and that was sick. Next up, we've got Vinnie Hacker versus Deji. We've got some good highlights. I think everybody was surprised because we had not really seen much footage on Vinnie. And, you know, everybody hypes Deji. Everybody in the UK camp always hypes up how good Deji is. But mama, Deji. Hey, what's up, late night? How you doing? Deji, mama. It makes me so sad because everybody hypes out how talented Deji is. JJ, his brother, says that he's the most talented. Vidal says that Deji is the most talented. Everybody says he's the most talented boxer out of the whole UK scene. And that's why it makes me so sad that, like, he comes into the fight, doesn't seem like he's in great shape, doesn't really seem like he's been training super much. Like, bruh, hey, what's up, gaming? How you doing? It makes me so sad, man. It makes me so sad. Because, like, this just shows y'all, talent ain't shit. Talent is nothing. Talent doesn't matter, dog. It's all about how much you work and how much you actually, like, put in work to try to improve. That being said, let's see Deji, let's see Vinnie. And let's get a little highlight, and then we'll see the finish.
Talk about the cardio and
Oh, that was nice, dude. That was a nice shot, man. Like, Vinnie definitely still seemed a little uncomfortable, didn't have his balance and everything. But, man, this was his first fight. I thought he did really, really well. Like, look at that combo. Low, high, good hook. That was really cool. Yeah, Deji's tweet was kind of heartbreaking. So that was a really nice combo by Vinnie, going low to the body, high with the 3. And then, here's the finish, guys.
Nobody expected this.
Well, you couldn't have, because Vinnie... Oh! Dude, Vinnie has some good form. Like, I'm so surprised. Vinnie has some of the best punching form out of pretty much all of the fighters that we saw last night. Which is crazy, because this is his first fight. Like, look how he rotates off his right hip. He's got a good right, man. Kudos to Vinnie, man. Kudos to Vinnie. And Vinnie was a nice guy through the whole thing, so it always feels, as much as it is fun, and I think we all would agree that it's way more enjoyable when people just talk absolutely heinous amounts of shit. It's always fun when a guy like Vinnie, who's just been really nice to everybody, he's like, yeah, I'm just here for the money, and because I want to compete, he wins, and it's kind of nice, right? It's kind of nice. And honestly, guys, I kind of hope that Deji doesn't fight again, because he's making money, so on the one hand, like, who am I to tell him not to come in and collect probably like high 6 figures for one night of work, right? Who am I? Who am I to tell him? Because I would absolutely show up, get punched in the head by a TikToker for like 2 rounds, right? I'll get punched in the head by a TikToker for 2 rounds to make like $700,000. Sure, I'm happy to do that. So who am I? But I'm like, man, Deji, I feel like it's very clear at this point that his heart just isn't really in the sport, and maybe he doesn't really like boxing and like training, because at this point, he's had 2 fights, and I don't think that he really trained for either of them. So, hey, what's up, Sean? At a certain point, I know he said he would fight again, Abby, but at a certain point, I'm kind of like, brother, you've had the opportunity to show up twice, and it doesn't, like, if you're not going to do the work to get ready and actually fight, you have to love training. You have to, like, get ready and rip it, right? I'm just bummed, man. I just don't want him to take unnecessary punishment and head trauma if he's not going to take it seriously and train. Gaming wants to give him one more chance. I don't know, man. I just don't want him to get hurt. I don't want Deji to get hurt. Then again, he's making money doing it, so who am I to tell him not to? Also, I did think that this, I thought this tweet from JJ was pretty funny. I did think that this tweet from JJ was pretty funny. Deji about to kill this guy, LMAO. Congrats, Vinnie. I don't know why. I just think it's funny. It's like, obviously, I think JJ's being a good sport, congratulating Vinnie. It's just, I feel bad because everyone keeps hyping Deji up, and it's almost worse. Like, it's so much worse for everybody to keep hyping you up and talking about how much of a killer you are, and for you to keep on losing. And everyone always being like, he's the most talented. He's the best. If he just works hard, he'll kill everybody. And then he keeps losing, because then it's like, so you're not bad. You just aren't making the decisions that are necessary for you to have success. Like, bro, I feel bad for Deji, man. I just hope he doesn't fight, because I don't think he's ever going to come into shape, man. I don't think he's ever going to come in like, if he hasn't done it for these 2 fights, I don't think he's ever going to come in on shape. Like, I hope he proves me wrong. If he keeps going, I hope he proves me wrong, but I'm not expecting anything from Deji. But to be fair, maybe when we don't expect anything from Deji, that's when, like, maybe it's the pressure that everyone expects him to be great that causes him to compensatorily not try, so he has an excuse for why he didn't live up to the greatness. So he's like scared of failure, so he's building in an excuse by not training. Now that everybody's seen him lose twice, maybe now everybody won't have any expectations for him, and there will be less pressure, and he'll actually be able to train. Maybe. But who knows? Who knows, man? If Leon trained Deji, he would actually have a chance because he wouldn't be let go with a dad bod. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hope. Like I said, if he keeps going, I hope he puts in the work. Otherwise, stop getting hit in the head for a paycheck, man. And here we have a nice little comment from the most controversial fight on the card, guys. This was by far the most controversial fight on the card. And can we also talk about, this was a good-ass card. There were so many finishes. I think this had the most finishes for any YouTuber boxing event that's ever happened, which was really cool. But here's the most controversial fight on the card, and here's a nice little highlight. Hey, what's up, Full Send? We got Gibber. Oh! Gib was throwing leather! Look at how he's working the body, guys. Uff! Nice little temple combo. Gib said, hey, Taylor, you been religious enough? I don't know. Let me take you to the temple. Bam! Yuck. Sickening. Guys, like, Big Gibber is kind of turning into a body snatcher. That was a sick combo. Gib looked so good. This, like, if you told me that this was the same fighter that fought Jake Paul, I wouldn't believe you. His form and everything looks completely different, and I'm sure a lot of that was nerves to fighting Jake. He looked completely different. And complete redemption. I don't care what the cards say. This was redemption for Big Gibber, man. This was redemption. Now, let's talk about this. The final punch stats. Gib, 38 landed. Taylor, 16. That was power punches. Total punches. 47 to Gib, 21 to Taylor. Hey, what's up, Billy? Guys, how do you lose a fight that you outland somebody by over double the amount of power punches and over double the amount of total punches landed? Like, I don't understand, because sometimes you can make an argument like, oh, you know, this dude landed 10 pitter-patter shots, this other fighter landed 1 punch and knocked them down. But Gib outlanded Taylor in both power punches and total punches. So there doesn't seem to be any world that this could be a draw. It just seems very strange. I don't understand. I know a lot of people are crying corruption. I'm hoping that it's just one of those situations where it's just like incompetence instead of corruption, and there was some type of mistake with reading the scorecards. But honestly, it's really suspicious because, like Savinto is referencing in chat, Social Gloves tweeted out that Taylor won. How do you write a tweet like Taylor Holder and Anisan Gibb? Those are not names that sound anything alike. So how did you accidentally tweet out that Taylor won? That makes me really suspicious. I'm not ready. Full send. Even the ref was like, excuse me? Are you serious? Even the referee was like, sir? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know how, like, imagine if Fusi didn't even read the cards. The ref was just like, what the hell are y'all talking about? The ref was like, are y'all smoking crack? Bruh, are you smoking crack? What's going on? It was weird, man. It was weird. They definitely need to come out, and it needs to be like today or tomorrow. And they need to, like, fix this, because that's really strange. But now we get to some of the fun stuff, y'all. Now we get to some of the fun stuff. This should be easy, too. Like, this should be easy, man. I hope Taylor comes out, and I hope Taylor admits that Gib won. I don't blame him at all, and I think it's kind of harsh. When a fighter has just fought a fight, they've just been punched in the head, they're discombobulated, their cardio's going. Lots of fighters don't even remember the fights that they've been in. Their adrenaline's pumping. So I think, I don't think you can really blame Taylor, because he didn't have a chance to watch the fight back. But now that it's been a couple of days, I think that it would be appropriate, once he's watched the fight back, to release a statement and just be like, yo, I think Gib won. I would still love to come back and fight somebody, but I do think he won. I don't think a draw makes sense. I think that would be appropriate. We'll see what he does, though. It's hella suspicious, bro. It's hella suspicious. That tweet is really suspicious. Everything else could be incompetence. Everything else plus the tweet starts to make me lean to that there's something very sus going on. Very, very sus going on. Now, though, we get to go into the big kahuna. We got Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom, y'all. Boys. Did y'all call this? I didn't. I'll be honest. I was like, man, I didn't know enough about Austin. I remember the things that I did say. I said, man, Bryce didn't look good in his footage with Stromedy. I thought that was kind of concerning because Stromedy had like started boxing a week before, and I did not think Bryce looked good whatsoever in that sparring footage. And guys, Bryce looked exactly like he looked against Austin as he looked in his footage with Stromedy. He just kept kind of walking into weird clinches, right? He got knocked out, right, Chronic? Let's just watch it, and then we'll talk about it some more. Austin, look how Austin's moving, bro. Austin looks good. I'm like, hell yeah, brother. 30-year-old dad squad, let's go. See, all these, like, clinches that Bryce does, he has no defense, though. He's got no defense. Sheesh. He hit him hard, boys. Look how hard Austin hits Bryce here. Oh, that's straight left. And even some of the details here are really cool. Look how Austin slips his head to the outside of Bryce's jab. Like, Austin slips to the outside of Bryce's left hand. And that means that he's effectively, like, taking his head off the center line. And Bryce can't really hit him. So watch this. Right here, watch how he slips. Boom. You guys see how he slipped his head outside to the right? There's these little details with Austin. And I'm like, he doesn't look... Like, Austin, to me, looks significantly better than almost every YouTube boxer we've seen. Now, I don't know if that's going to continue to be the case as he keeps fighting people. But just like these little technical things, I was really impressed by with Austin. And then, obviously, we have the finish. The finish. Boom! Boom! Like, Austin was hitting hard, mama. Bryce was out on his feet. It was a good stoppage. It was a really good stoppage, man. I think Bryce took the most damage out of every YouTuber fighter we've seen. Just the amount of hard shots. And the amount of hard-ass shots, bro. The amount of hard shots he took. There was a lot of damage here. Here we go. I think Bryce took... Oh! That was a pretty uppercut, too. Like, Austin was making reads and throwing different things. Hey, and right there, we had a perfect recreation of what happened in the press conference. Bryce tried to clinch up, and Austin just tossed him down. I saw a lot of people were like, how do you stop the fight on a takedown? Bro, he didn't stop the fight on the takedown. He stopped the fight because Bryce was just getting teed off on. And he was not doing anything significant back. They stopped the fight because Austin was going to catch a damn body. He was beating the piss out of him, man. I was surprised. I was so surprised at how good Austin looked. Austin looked amazing. He looked so great. And obviously, we can't look at the footage without playing this amazing clip that Barstool Sports, I couldn't believe Barstool Sports did Bryce so dirty until I remembered that Bryce has beef with Portnoy. But listen to this.
I've been in probably over 40 street fights. I've been in probably over 40 street fights. I've been in probably over 40 street fights.
I never claimed I was a fighter. You know what, though? I say credit to Bryce for getting in the ring. I've not gotten in the ring, so Bryce has one over on me. Credit to Bryce for getting into the ring. That takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of bravery just to show up, get in the ring, I mean, in a lot of ways you are, like, in the most extreme, putting your life on the line. So I think that everybody who competed in this event deserves credit for stepping in the ring. I know everybody hates Bryce. But I still think he deserves a lot of credit for getting into the ring, lacing up the gloves, and actually taking a fight. I think anybody who gets into a boxing ring and tries to fight deserves respect for that. Also, it would have been really easy for Bryce to stay down when Austin was teeing off on him. Like, these shots that Austin was hitting him with were very hard. And I do think that, like, Bryce showed, like, almost no boxing acumen. He did not look good from a boxing standpoint, but he did show a lot of grit and a lot of heart. Like, he could have quit. The damage that he took was more significant, I think, than any other YouTube fighter has taken. And there have been YouTuber fights that have been stopped for significantly less. So, I respect that Bryce tried to keep fighting as long as he did. I don't know. And you know what? He sold the fight. So, I hope that people can get past it, but it just seems like people are still angry at Bryce, which is so funny to me. Like, usually I feel like when people show heart and they get finished, usually people are like, oh, you know what, fair play, whatever, he stepped in there. It's been really, at least that's how it is in MMA. Like, there will be a ton of bad blood before the fight, then the fighters will fight, and everyone's like, it's cool. It's cool. Now, though, it's weird with the social media events. It's like people are more angry at Bryce. It's weird. People are like more angry at Bryce now that he lost. So, I don't know. I'm just like happy that YouTube boxing is still happening. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing. I'm pumped. Credit to everyone who competed. Austin looked great. I'd be excited to see Austin fight just about anybody. I would like him to get one more fight under his belt before he takes Jake, though. I do think he should get one more fight under his belt before he fights Jake. That being said, you and Austin, bro, Austin would kick my ass. Austin would beat the piss out of me, bro. I was like, I'm a very recreational ass boxer. Austin would absolutely, like, what Austin did to Bryce would look like absolute loving, caressing care. It would look like PDA compared to what Austin would do to my ass, man. I ain't trained. I haven't trained in so long, man. Wesley versus Jarvis, bro. Jarvis will whip my ass too. I have no qualms telling you guys. Like, if I start training and I think I can beat people, I will talk mad shit. But we are not going to get delusional here, guys. Anybody who won their fights just about would absolutely kick my ass. I would have severe CTE. I'd be here on stream, slurring my words, unable to read chat. Like, let's Jake this, though. Austin wants Jake, though. I think that fight would be really cool, but I would like to see Austin get one more fight just to get a little more season before he fights Jake, just because Jake has had so much more ring time. That being said, guys, we have Taylor responding to the Gibb fight. So I think this should be interesting for us all to watch. I haven't actually seen this. So let's go.
Everyone can say anything that they want, but I'm fucking happy, dude. I'm so happy I got to experience it. That was fucking life-changing. And, I don't completely agree with the draw. He definitely threw a lot of punches, but also missed a lot, and I blocked, basically every single one of them. There was a few that connected on me. I would say like probably 3 or 4 that actually connected, but none of them hurt me at all. But I'm not here to make excuses. He fought great. He applied the pressure just like I thought he was going to. I'm not going to lie, this is my first time. I fought in front of a whole fucking stadium of 20,000 people and 20,000 plus people, and the nerves got to me, dude. This is my first time, and you're going in there to punch each other in the face. It was very nerve-wracking, but, bottom line, I can't thank all of you guys enough for all the love and support. I'm sorry if I let any of you guys down. Hey, no one will understand how it feels until you're in there. And let me just say it was totally different than what I thought I was going to feel. And fuck, dude, I'm super happy. And God bless everything. And, I love you guys so much. That connected on me, I would say like probably, but also missed a lot, and I blocked, basically every single one of them. There was a few that connected on me. I would say like probably 3 or 4 that actually connected, but none of them hurt me at all. But I'm not here to make excuses.
There were like 3 or 4. There were like 3 or 4 that connected on me. Bruh. The official stats. 3 or 4? 3 or 4? Homie. 3 or 4, multiply that by 12. By 12. 38. Power punches. 38. 3 or 4? What? Brother, 3 or 4? I think you forgot the second digit. Yeah, like Gavzino said, brother bear. Come on, man. Come on. At the same time, like, if you're... And you know what kind of makes me even weird? Because I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's trying to take, like, a pro wrestling angle to try to, like, get the next fight hype or something. He didn't even talk crap. So it's like, you can't even say he's trying to build a fight because he didn't build a fight. He didn't call anybody out. He didn't even try to, like, that's so weird, man. I don't understand that response. That's a very strange response. Hopefully, like I said, he just hasn't watched the fight back yet, and he's just relying on his memory. Because like I told you guys, fighters do not remember fights 90% of the time. There's just so much adrenaline going. There's hits hitting your head. They don't know what actually happened during the fight. I'm still hoping, because I like Taylor, and I know that almost nobody does, especially right now, but I like Taylor, so I'm hoping that he watches the fight and comes out with a statement. But if he doesn't do that like today or tomorrow, I think that that's wild. I think that that's wild, man. I don't agree with that. And I don't really understand what position he's trying to take there. But at least you know I keep it real. Like, I'm telling you guys, I like Taylor, and I'm still like, I don't like that reaction, man. I do not like that reaction at all. That being said, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That was a really, really interesting fight card, and I definitely would be incredibly excited to see just about everybody who competed except Deji. I'm just being real. Compete again. I think like even Taylor, even Bryce, I would watch them fight again. I don't know who they would fight. I think that they both need to step down in competition. Maybe they should fight each other. I don't know. That being said, guys, have a beautiful day. Subscribe for more reactions. And join us on twitch.tv/talktowesley to watch the reactions live with us. That being said, y'all, take care.